Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be continuing our Revenge of the Tavern Keeper content. And you know, we got a hint to this what's up with the Scrags when we looked at their description when we finally got one in as a quest reward, so... We're gonna go see if we can't figure out their weakness. That's our primary first goal. We're gonna go check out, see if any of these weapons do a thing. Other than that, we're gonna go see if we can find another way into that central square, because we got a message when we tried to get in there from one spot, and it at least seems worth checking. Does it seem to be related to our current quest? It said something about the opposite side of the mechanism, which you might think would be like the other side of the floor, but there was nothing there. I'm thinking it's the other side vertically, so like somewhere above it. Do I have a scorpion? I don't know. Well, we'll find out. I don't think all three of them will survive, but I just did all three in case, well, we don't know which one we're going to be able to carry, so we're just going to try to carry at least. So no matter which one it is, they're all charmed. So. Scrags, huh? We have to consider which way leads us to Scrags the fastest. Well, there's a bunch in the sewer. We could just go there. There was also some that were actually surprisingly close now that I consider it. Like, weren't there some in one of these little passageways right here? We might not need to go that far. At least I seem to remember encountering them. So we'll poke our nose in these and see what comes of it. I think this is the wood. Okay. Oh, this goes down, doesn't it? Oh, this is what led to Alright. Okay. I couldn't remember what led to this one. I don't know if this will be the scrags we were kind of looking for, but it did lead to a different place we were trying to get to. Sure, join the party. Maybe Declan will assist us. Or I think it's just as likely he'll just get killed by all these snakes. Unless he's immune, that's also possible. Nope, nope, dead as hell. I actually suspected it. Definitely not immune. Well, I don't think any of these are scrags, but we can kill them. This definitely looks like it's the top of the mechanism, perhaps. Oh. Look at that, it is a false floor. Well, we're inside. Honestly, maybe I'd already discovered this and I forgot about it. In an extremely long sense of the word, it doesn't really matter all that much because you will max everything out. Eventually. Like by the time you're like level 500, everything will get maxed, so if you don't want to do it, it doesn't matter all that much. You don't technically have to do an HP route for anyone, it just makes like the beginning of the game a little easier. Well, we got in here, but I don't know where this... if this even means anything. Because bumping against this didn't seem to change anything. I doubt any of these is actually a shortcut back to that room either. Not that I think we need a shortcut back to it, but I'm just curious on if it turns out to be the case. But yeah, this one is a shortcut out, which is why I suspected there might be another one that led somewhere else. The XP penalty is barely anything. You don't have to worry about it at that level too much. I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I want more XP penalty because you'll eventually have to worry about gold. Not extremely a lot, but It will at least start being a problem if you don't build around it. Well, this is clearly not what we are looking for. Okay. Even though we did technically find that way in. So I guess there's a couple of walls that it shares down there. Maybe we bounce against one of those and it does something now? We got it for bouncing against it on that other floor. So we're gonna go and find every wall that is shared with anything else and see if bouncing against the mechanism actually works. But yeah, most of the XP penalty is from attack and defense from guilds combating with each other, but until you have a guild that's over like level 100, it's probably not going to impact the other guilds at all, so anything you do under 100 will not matter in a long term. But probably whichever guild you take to over 100 will at least put a penalty on most everything else. That will get worn off as you level up each of them. That's the basics of how the penalty works. I mean, it is also more complicated than that, but it isn't as big of a concern as people make it out to be. Well, it depends on the race. If you're already doing warrior to 26, you probably don't need to worry about the artisan. But if you don't have access to the warrior, you probably want to take artisan to give you a couple hundred extra HP early on. It can make a difference of like 150 or so HP than taking like a magic user guild immediately. But do you need to do it? No. By level 500, you'll probably be maxed out. For sure. It's actually even less of a problem than it used to be. You used to be able to lose HP permanently. Any draining trap or draining monster could just make your HP go down forever. But yeah, no, if you're raising Warlock up for it, you want Warlock level 38. If you're aiming for that part. And if you're playing a really long-term character, there's really no reason not to at least do this. I mean, unless you're doing some sort of a pure character that's only like one guild. That's like a challenge. I always multi-class. Every one of my characters has at least 3 or 4 classes that they've joined. Because something will teleport you, something will send you somewhere that you can't deal with easily. So you're going to want to have the resources to deal with it. You know? So put all your eggs in one basket, you'll be in trouble later. Not that it's not impossible to win. like that, but you sure are gonna want to know what you're doing. Oh, someone got paralyzed. Try to back out of the room if they'll let me. Or it'll just clear the room without me even being able to. Yeah, it didn't respond quick enough. Those guys do so much acid damage. Yep, so doing that didn't do anything for it. Okay, we'll try over here then. Yep, that didn't do anything for it either. Okay, so I know where we can find Scrags at least. We can solve at least the other mystery that we want. I want to say one of these stairs down leads us into one of those Scrag areas. There should be Scrags in here somewhere. Or if not, it leads into the sewers and there will be some in there. This will be Scrags. Okay, so we've cleared out the rooms that can be done. So let's put on our equipment. Let's start testing. First test. Put on Burning Blade. No. Burning Blade's off the table. Flaming Sword. Oh, Flaming Sword works. Okay, let's see if anything else works. Take our shield off so we can use two-handed weapons. How about this? Nope, that didn't work. Torch. No. Burning Fury. No. Well, we found out that Flaming Sword does work. We'll put that up front. We'll keep that as an option. Let's test if anything else works. Now, it probably is not this, because this is the only guild that can use this, but let's see. No. Tiwaza Fire did not do it. Okay. That's a two-handed one, so let's see if Sword of Flames does it. No. So it's specifically only the really low-level Sword of Fire. Or what was that? Flaming Sword. Okay. So they're a single weapon enemy. Well, at least we can do it without using all of our mana, I suppose. We'll keep that in mind going forward. So that's that. So we checked the upper part of this mechanism. We don't have an easy way of getting in there. Right. And it was 3436. So what we could do is go to that square that was above it. We could check that. That was in the city. This is actually pretty close to it. Or at least reasonably close to it. I suppose if we're not killing scrags, we can switch off of that. So it was 3436. That would be in this room. Be right here. Nope. Going up and down there doesn't do anything. Who wants to join? Oh, you guys want to join. Sure. No, you changed your mind? You don't want to be part of our adventure? Oh, you do. There was 2 groups. I see. Well, now we have a bunch of scorpions. That's fun, right? Well, all the other parts to that were actually through the Dragon Palace, I think. So I guess we're going that way. I guess we have just a million friends on us. Maybe we should just drop them off before we get that invested. Nope. Hello, Scrags. I guess we could just fight Scrags here if we thought about it. We just didn't go that way before. Be cool if those had become shortcuts, but that isn't what happened. But yeah, we'll go push our way up. We'll return. We'll come back shortly. We can go this way. We might get a little bit of experience on the way out. You know what we could do is we could see how this element is. Let's, you don't want to pause? No, it doesn't want to cooperate. Well, we shouldn't have trouble at winning at least. I wanted to test the element. If I have them out, attacking like that shouldn't be a problem. It is worth knowing this is actually a considerably more expensive spell too than the other ones, so it's going to be a little less easy to cast for the solo one for a while, at least sustainably. But it should theoretically do more damage as long as the resistances are the same. It didn't do bad damage to these, but it didn't do enough to kill them either. It was at least comparable. I think the resists are about the same for both of them. But we are almost out in the intended way. Alright, and the main reason we came back is because we have a whole pocket full of just scorpions and whatnot, and when are we gonna have all these scorpions join us again, you know? And I guess we'll pay for your revival. And then sell you into the confinement. Goodbye. We didn't gain a lot of levels, but we gained a couple with most of the characters. We can also get rid of all the weapons that didn't do anything for us. It was still good that we checked them, though. Alright, so that did not lead to progress, but we did, I guess, at least learn something from the Scrags. Pop out that and make our way back in. I'm sure you do want to join. Alright, like I said, we're gonna go to the Dragon Palace and see if that leads back to there. So, this floor we could touch from there. Where? Is there another... No, the one below this, it didn't meet up at all, now that I remember it. There's a chance that because we did that, maybe talking to people might change it now that we've moved the needle a little step further, so I guess we could go around and talk to the people that did say things to us. This little snake has said stuff before. Oh yeah, he says something about us being able to destroy the device still, so that didn't change. Elite guards may not have ever joined us before. Oh, that's a new friend to bring home. Also, they might say something different now that they're part of us. There's talk that renegade guildmasters in the Guild of Guilds are in league with more than demons and devils, but with darker forces seeking to destroy us all. I hope so. None of those casual demons and devils. I mean, there probably are like hints and stuff that monsters will tell us if we actually spoke the languages that did it. So if I really can't figure it out a different way, I could just level up Warlock pretty high and eventually find it out. And I'm sure I will eventually get around to doing something like that. It's definitely in my radar of extended goals. Don't mind me as I move the map around, I'm just looking to see where things connect. And that one just has a hole that is... Yeah, that's right, we got into that mechanism there, and there's a hole a little bit in there. No way to connect up with that. Yeah, we didn't see anything above the mechanism, so maybe it is below it still, and it's just another space we gotta go find. Something we missed in those halls that we were wandering. Or maybe even from below it. Even though we determined that below it was like solid rock, maybe there was something that happens like in that big room that didn't have anything originally. What's going on with this square that's right here? I'm gonna poke my head down this and see if that's just a square we can fly up. I think it is. I think we already tested that. Yes? Yeah, it's just the middle of this room. Nothing important. Yep, there was that room. Oh, you know what? I can use this stairway to kind of look at it. So this was the floor that had the mechanism. What was going on the floor below this? And that was just that big old room. Feeds into the Great Sea. You know, I wasn't going to clear you out, but I'm using it to look at the map. Oh. I think that chute that leads down below might actually be where the mechanism is, just from below. So maybe we do something from the very bottom right there. We know how to get there. We can at least check that out. It's kind of on the way to get back to where we were at anyway. Yeah, we absolutely cannot actually understand them. We do not speak their language. Very, very tragic. We continue the process then. Yeah, I destroyed a grimoire. It doesn't matter at all. So tragic. I mean, eventually these guys will be pieced and we can try talking to the Empress and Emperor. It'll eventually happen, I imagine. I mean, right now our levels are just not anywhere close to the point where they're intimidated enough to not be just immediately aggressive, but eventually it'll happen. At least that's my dream. I mean, I guess it's also possible that the next step is actually closer to where Maruk is, too. But we'll check this first. Because there was some stuff going on in that weird area. But definitely the first time we went there, nothing really stood out to us. And we full cleared it. But it could certainly be the case that we had to do what we did first. You don't look like a guardian raven at all. That was either thing 1 or thing 2. I think they actually look the same. I think they share a sprite. Well, I think both these ways lead to where we're going. We're already here. We might as well just take this way then. I think all 3 of these ways go there. This way. I mean, there is also technically an option that it might have something to do with like this weird little area here too. Anywhere it could have something to do with it. You see, this room also looked kind of weird. So we can get in here, we can go above. There are dragons in the middle of it. This isn't actually below the mechanism, but it is close to it, and it also stood out. Yeah, these are all windows. And these are all dragon mural things. Yeah, they're gonna fight us. Yeah, I don't think anything's going on in this room, but it was worth a check, I guess. Yeah, they keep on talking about Albion and that the worms brought him here to fight for them. They want to go to Albion, and then eventually they'll attack us if we just keep talking to them. They have your soul will be ours or something, and then they attack, and then we kill them. I mean, that isn't how the game plays out for them, but they sure say it. Alright, then I guess we go around to that other section and see if it does lead somewhere. Now, this room's gonna suck. They got us. Yeah, we got trapped in there, but c'est la vie. That didn't go as well as it could have. Very unfortunate. Well, without further ado, we'll wander back in then. That might be the single most dangerous enemy group in the game, to be honest. Because one, we don't have a chance of, like, actually, like, killing more than, like, one a round, and two, they're almost guaranteed to behead someone every round. However, if we go back to that spot, there actually is a way to go around them that doesn't impact us very much. So unless we fight a different group of them in a different hallway, we can just go right around them.
Bye-bye.
And the universe does like to be perverse like that, so it wouldn't even surprise me if it does happen, but you can only act on what is likely. You can't just guess on that. I mean, you could, but I mean, kind of silly to base everything on it. Does mean that we lost our elite friends, though, which is a little tragic. There'll be another time. The Darkest Giant. They're a group of 3 separate giants. They've got something like 2,000 or 3,000 hit points, and they behead you. And they have such high attack defense that they're almost guaranteed to hit you no matter what. There's only 2 areas of the game I found them in, and they're both really endgame. They're literally only in Maruk's lair, and in this extended dragon palace area with cages. Yeah, so if we were to take this left one, we'll come across him again. I'm gonna try to go around him, though. I don't really want to die. You have to come all the way back down here again. I mean, it is possible to kill them, but people usually die every round. If you can't get out of the room, though, you probably will party wipe. It all comes down to how lucky you are with, like, where they stand in the hallway. In a bigger room, it's easier to get away. These guys are also bad news, but I'd still say that the other ones are more of a problem. We got around them though. Every square in this place is gonna be dragons. We've already learned that, so don't have to worry about them here. Except for, like, this middle section. But I've never seen them in here. This is just, like, dragons and miscellaneous nonsense. This should be the bottom of the mechanism, I think. But I guess it's not this floor after all. Well, we'll still check to see if the shaft right here is part of the mechanism anyway. And the internal game logic. It at least stood out as something interesting. Otherwise, we'll go back up and around and see if poking around there matters. Because, like, this just leads outside, right? That's all that's going on here. Has a teleporter to somewhere. Okay, that wasn't it. Then up it is. We full cleared it last time. And here that square is actually in a wall, so we can't reach it here either. Well, that's not the thing. It's weird that it kind of loops around here for no reason. But, oh well. So this area was where we had the mechanism. We can go back and read that book again. I don't think interacting with that wall will do anything again. Unless it has a time limit, that would be weird. Maybe that was part of it, but we'll poke it again. It is this way.
Cool.
Okay, what are we fighting? Scrags? Why are you up here? But we can kill ya. We learned your weakness. You're not gonna like this. I didn't see Scrags here the first time. Yeah, we full cleared this place last time. But at least it's good experience, so I don't mind if we do it again. Yeah, this is the point where we bounced against the wall. And it gave us the message. This time it didn't do it. Like, the message did not do it. Now, when it said the other side, maybe it means to go do like the very opposite side of this place and bounce against those walls. I'll consider it. Oh, this could be a bad room too. These guys are actually able to be hit too. They're not as dangerous as the other ones, but they can do it. I do see more scrags. There wasn't up here, but it didn't seem to do anything for us. Let's check this out again. This seems to be a textbook on arcane mechanisms. It is open to a page related to teleportation. Judging by the rune preceding the text, you cannot understand the details, but there's an illustration of two triangular devices. One is inverted and suspended above the other, forming a shape similar to an hourglass. Well, the hatchery is kind of shaped like an hourglass a little bit, but it's just more like a diamond instead. And we've been in this room. And we bounced against every wall. I mean, ceiling. I guess we didn't do the walls on the outside here. I'm just trying to figure out why it had an area to come up here. I mean, it could just be like a viewing platform, but it seems really weird. And we bounced against all those too. I guess we could bounce on the inside of this. Yeah, that didn't do it. We're just gonna go around and bounce against all these walls, I guess. At least take that off the list. Yeah, the last quest thing was from actually just bouncing across a random wall too, so that's why we're doing it. This last one's a puzzle. It's gonna be something at least. Yeah, I'm gonna narrow it down by each side. Room by room. It could turn out to not be this structure at all. It could be somewhere else. But this is where we had all of the dialogue about it. So it seems likely that it might be this building. Another thing of note is that the top part of the Dragon Palace, where the Emperor and Empress are, is pretty close to here. I guess it could be in that weird area above it that we didn't understand why that was there either. Anything is certainly possible. This is the literal opposite side of where we pushed it. This area right here. This would be the technical square. And that did not do it, so that's not what it meant. Well, that's halfway through this. Well, I guess this room wasn't it. Well, I mean, I'm starting to feel like this isn't going to be any for sure, but you know, while I'm here, I am going to check it. Yeah, we checked all the walls. We did what we could. Trying to match that up. Yeah, this doesn't tell us where it is, but it gives us a description of it, so I guess that's the best it's going to do to help us. I mean, I don't know if this place qualifies as an inverted hourglass. It kind of just feels more like a pyramid because it kind of ends at the top, doesn't it? And I kind of don't feel like the hatcheries thing is it either, because that kind of ends in a similar way itself. I'm trying to consider what I might have seen as an inverted, like an hourglass type shape. Well, I guess since we're here, we might as well actually go back up and poke around that middle room. That might actually still be a thing. I mean, we poked pretty good the first time, but while it's still mostly clear, let's do that. it's not dragons, so it won't be a lot of experience anyway. Yeah, there's like 4 of these in here. But none of them seem to really, like, do anything. But there could be other options. There could be items we need to use. There could be other stuff. We've already tried stepping on all of the squares anyway, so now we're just trying stuff like bouncing into walls and things like that. Well, that didn't do it. Okay. Well, unless I'm missing something that's really not obvious, that room is not where it's at. There are a number of rooms in this place that are kind of like half of a hourglass. Like that is Marion room right up above us. That one does half of the hourglass thing. Oh. Those stairs actually look kind of weird too. But I guess we'll just pin and go back to town and call it here for a little bit. We at least moved the needle this time. Even if we didn't solve it. There's never a place to be checked where we know it isn't going to be, and things it isn't going to be, so we're narrowing things down. I also think it's pretty likely it's going to be somewhere pretty deep. I don't think it's going to be like anything near the surface. That seems like it would be pretty unlikely to be the case. But yeah, Oni is now pinned, so we can mosey along. I didn't expect to see you here. Nothing in this area looks like it would be related, to be honest. So I doubt it has anything to do with the sea. I doubt it has anything to do with this volcanic area. Or this lava flow. None of that looked like an hourglass to me. I mean, this doesn't really look like the base of a hourglass, but, I mean... I'll have to consider that. Definitely gonna be a thinker. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, we might be getting closer to wearing some better stuff. We should probably look at that too. For at least our ninja friend. Yeah, we can at least go up to this level. Oh, if there's anything else we can wear, we'll have to look for it. This would be 333. I already know what that upgrade does. Your best one was Lemurian Crown, I believe. Although this could have been improvements. But we're not quite there. Same with you. I think this too. Yep. 222 is going to be a few upgrades. I mean, that's probably the large and short of that. No, we're dealing with dragons. This could have something to do with it, but I highly doubt it. It's such an old artifact. Oh wait, I completed it? Maybe I already did it. Maybe I solved this. I guess it didn't register the first time. Let's see what this has to say. Maybe I already completed it. Your friends at the bar are surprised at your early return and dumbfounded when you let them know that you had, with the discovery of a hidden mechanism, been able to restore the ability to teleport to lower depths. That let you simply teleport back to town. Well, that's not what I did. The news will travel swiftly, you guess. We got 3 million gold for this. Despite being weary to the bone, you stayed well beyond closing time at the Cross-Swords. It seems everyone wanted to congratulate you for making it easier for them to get themselves killed in the dungeon. Nice. Perhaps I'm getting too cynical in my old age, you think to yourself as you stagger home. With news of battle success for once, the prospect of taking a well-earned break has once more loomed. You have mixed feelings about that, but after all, your needlepoint has been neglected, and there's a whole pile of Dejanel Gazette crosswords you haven't quite managed to wade through yet. Perhaps it is time to take a few days off. Absolutely not. I think we're now in the post-game. I think we did it. Because if I go back in and talk, there's nothing left. I think we did it. Well-earned rest indeed. Yeah, fantastic. I guess this is the finale after all. Well, that's nice. Well, sorry for poking my head against the walls. I could have sworn it said that we hadn't completed it. I thought there was a second stage to it. I guess just that mechanism was all we needed. There could always be another expansion. I didn't expect this expansion when it came out. But I agree that we have earned a well-earned rest, so I will probably just be continuing on with my solo guild adventures for the foreseeable future. If there's anything specific I want to do that needs this party, I might bring it back for a video to test stuff out. But I think, for the most part, everything else I want to do with it could be done with other characters. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm probably gonna call it here. Y'all take care now. And bye-byes.